Well, we continue our Summer Sand and Shag series tonight. Beach music and the Carolina Shag. They've been around since the 40s, and there have been lots of beach music bands and shaggers who dance the night away, but only a select few have achieved Hall of Fame status. Carolina Impact's Jason Terzis teaches us about these legendary bands and shaggers being honored all over the Carolinas.
Carolina beach music. For some, it's a weekend escape to the coast. For others, it's a way of life.
I still hadn't figured out what I'm gonna do when I grow up.
At the North Carolina Music Hall of Fame in Kannapolis, there's always someone snapping a picture. After all, this is where legends from all over the state in all musical genres live.
I think what sets us apart from other state music Hall of Fames is that we have Carolina beach music, and we call it Carolina beach music. It belongs to us. It belongs to the Carolinas.
The hall is chock full of beach music artists. From the Raleigh area, there's the Embers.
I love beach music.
And the Band of Oz.
It's so rare that you're able to do something you enjoy and actually make a living at it.
Also in the hall are the fantastic Shakers from Lincolnton.
Myrtle Beach days.
Charlotte area musicians Billy Scott, Maurice Williams, the chairman of the board,
Best in the world.
and the Catalinas out of Statesville.
It's just great that they've gone to the time, effort, and expense of doing all this to get the bands out in front of the public and keep us out there.
We have lots of beach music fans that come through and they're like, oh my gosh, I remember, back in the 60s when the Catalinas were popular or the Embers were very popular, and they see the old memorabilia here and it just brings back memories for them.
It brings back memories for fans, but even more so for the musicians themselves. Gary Barker has been with the Catalinas for well over 50 years, and he's got a story or two to tell.
This picture on the bus, that's a classic picture there. We were leaving to go to Nashville, Tennessee to record, and I drove the bus all the way up there. The air brake line busted. I drove it over 100 miles in the rain with no brakes.
Gary had to use the parking brake to get that bus to stop. Fortunately, he can laugh about it now. He also gets a chuckle looking at some of the custom-made polyester outfits he and the band wore in the 70s and 80s, in all their sequined embroidered glory.
We had this outfit in white with the red roses. That was beautiful. Cost $233 a piece. I can remember that.
Yeah, I bet you would remember that. Ken Knox can relate. He's been wearing flashy outfits with chairman of the board for decades.
And a lot of the bands, those 70s bands, all this stuff was always made.
They were tailor-made to each person. Okay. And they fit like a glove.
Even these days, Ken and the chairman still wear custom-made flashy clothes while performing.
If you're in the entertainment business, people see what you look like before you even open your mouth.
While legendary musicians have a home at the State Music Hall of Fame in Kannapolis, the shaggers who've been dancing to the beach bands all these years have a home as well. Actually, more than one.
We're proud of our Charlotte Hall of Fame.
Lynn's Dance Club serves as the home to the Charlotte Area Shaggers Hall of Fame.
The Charlotte Hall of Fame is very important to Lynn's. We're very proud that they call Lynn's home as the Charlotte Shag Club calls Lynn's home.
The walls at Lynn's are adorned with plaques of all the inductees, complete with pictures and personal stories of how each member fell in love with the shag. Tom Bear owns Lynn's. He's in the hall himself, although someone decided to poke a little fun at his expense on his plaque. What do you think? Is he a match for the real Beaver Cleaver? Tom thought it was funny, so he left it. The Beach Shaggers National Hall of Fame is located in North Myrtle Beach, the epicenter of the beach music scene. It's in the Ocean Drive Beach and Golf Resort.
The Beach Shaggers National Hall of Fame is probably the pinnacle.
Tom was inducted into that hall as well.
How I got in it, I have no idea. We were in the Alabama Theater and they recognized me, but I had no idea they were going to recognize me. So I went to the restroom and they recognized me while I was in the restroom. But that's the way it goes,
Like the Charlotte Hall of Fame, the National Shaggers Hall of Fame is filled with plaques of each inductee, some just steps from the beach.
And I think the great thing about it is seeing the people that come in that just spend the time, looking at the pictures and reading the articles and reading about the contributions. you know, that these shaggers have made to the industry.
It's an accomplishment, and I'm proud to be in it.
From Kannapolis to the coastline, beach music bands and the shaggers who love them. Their contributions to the music and the dance will live on forever. For Carolina Impact, I'm Jason Terzis reporting.
If you're loving our series on beach music and shagging, be sure to catch future segments of Carolina Impact this spring as Jason Terzis continues to explore it. And we have a big documentary coming up this summer in June that puts it all together called Summer, Sand, and Shag. You won't want to miss it.